So again, just move that x to the 5th to the denominator. Here with example 2, I'm going to leave my 3 in the numerator and I'm going to move my m squared to the bottom. And then when I have things that are mixed, my 7 stays in the top, my -7 stays in the top, my b cubed stays in the top, but my a to the 4th goes to the bottom. So I can move just one term, I can move multiple terms. The only time I move a coefficient, a number, is if the number was to a negative exponent. Other than that, we don't do it. It was like, if you can't see, you can move so where you can see. Questions that you guys have so far? I'm going to do some combining with multiplication. So I have my I was like, then you guys can see better. My a to the 5th and my a to the 7th. So I have a to the -5 plus 7. I will have my b to the 8th and my b to the -3rd. So b to the 8 plus a -3. And then I have my c to the -12th plus 7. Bless you. So I get a squared, b to the 5th, and c to the -5th. So the only thing that moves is my c. It goes to the bottom. Questions that you guys have? You will be less likely to make a mistake if you take your time. What's your question? Are you okay? Just want to make sure. All right. I like, which one do we want to do? Let's do 11. Okay, so if I do 11, my -2 goes to all of my terms. So I get 6 to the -2nd power. Children. X to the 5 times -2. And then y to the -4 times -2. So my 6 to the -2nd power becomes 1 over 36 because that is 6 squared. I'm multiplying by x to the -10th power and y to the +8 because my -4 and my -2 make a +8. So my 36 is already in the bottom, but my x to the -10th needs to go to the bottom. So I'm left with my y to the 8th on the top. I'm left with my 36 on the bottom. And my x to the 10th goes to the bottom. questions that you guys have. Yes, Ava.
Why is 36 on the bottom if it's positive, right? Because it's 1 over 36. So you just keep it on the bottom since it's already like there?
Yes.
Okay.
Other questions that you guys have? So let's do some division. Okay, so let's do 19. You're like, oh, but wouldn't you want me to do the harder ones?
Yes and no. Yes. Yes and no.
Okay. If you can't handle being with your friends, I will move you guys. That's the whole deal. You break the deal, I move you. Which nobody wants because that requires more effort for you and for me. Okay, so I'm going to reduce.
Yay.
So I have a -1 still on the top. I have a 6 in the bottom. Now, when it comes to my R's, right, if I want to do less work, would I want to go R to the 2 minus 5, or would I want to go 1 over R to the 5 minus 2? Which way do I want to go? Okay, you can go the first one. Okay, we'll do that. Which way do you want to go with the... Same thing, okay. And then you want to do T to the 4 minus 8.
Read it. Okay, there wasn't anything.
So -1 over 6. R to the -3rd. S to the 4th. T to the -4th. So I get negative S to the 4th at the top. And then I have a 6. I have an R cubed, and I have a T to the 4th. Oops, wrong color. Now, it's still the right answer, right? But I would expect to see all these steps. You're going to do it this way, I expect to see all the steps. I also, on quiz and test, I will not take just random answers. I will expect to see some steps. Okay. So, now, I could have done this a little bit different, which is what I was trying to get you guys to do, which is... I would have had my -1 over 6, right? But if I would have done R to the 5 minus 2, and I would have done S to the 6 minus 2, and then I would have done T to the 8 minus 4, it would have been a lot shorter. And that's okay, but at least now you know. So then I would have had negative S to the 4th, 6, R to the 4th, T to the 4th. Sorry, T, R cubed. But I could have done it at less steps.
Yeah, that would have been so.
Correct. So, I don't care. All right, so... It's okay. You'll start scratching the desk by doing that.
Sir.
Okay, so Like, which one? We can do 24. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to distribute. My squared to all my terms in the top. I'm going to take my cubed and I'm going to distribute it to all the terms in the denominator. So I get a negative 6 squared. I get an x to the 4 times 2. I get a y to the 6 times 2. Divided by a negative 4 cubed. And x to the negative 3 times 3. And a y to the 5 times 3. These are quantity. The first one is a quantity squared. My negative 4 cubed doesn't matter because it's still going to be a negative value. But I get a 36 in the top, an x to the 8th in the top, a y to the 12th in the top. 4 cubed is going to be negative 64. X to the negative 9. And y to the 15. Questions so far? So my 36 reduces. Both 36 and 64 are divisible by 4. So it gives me a 9 and a 16. So I'm going to have a negative 9/16 so far. Now, this x to the 8th and the x to the negative 9th, I would bring my negative exponents the other direction because I'm going to be subtracting a negative and it will turn into a positive. So I typically want to try to eliminate issues. I could have done 8 to the negative 9 minus 8 and then realized I had a negative 16. Sorry, negative 17, right? Or I can try to work a little bit easier and bring my x term up. My y term is going to go down because 15 is bigger. I move in the direction where I keep my largest exponent where it is. Right, so if I have 8 is bigger than negative 9, I'm moving my negative 9. 15 is bigger than 12, so I'm moving my 12 to where my 15 is. All right, so I get negative 9x to the 17 over 16y cubed. Questions that you guys have? All right, so